Zola and the 7 Ghosts. There was one Zola who loved to eat pies. One day he said to his mother, "Mother, I want to eat a lot of pitha, make me pitha." On that day, his mother made him 7 delicious pithas, red, round, flat. Zola was very happy after receiving the cake and started dancing and saying, "I'll eat 1, I'll eat 2, I will chew 7 betas." Zola's mother said, "If you dance, when will you eat?" Zola said, "Can you eat here? I will eat where everyone can see." So Zola danced out of the house with the cakes and started saying, "I'll eat 1, I'll eat 2, I will chew 7 betas." Zola danced and came to the banyan tree where the bazaar was held. Coming under that tree, he is dancing and saying, "I'll eat 1, I'll eat 2, I will chew 7 betas." What happened now? There used to be 7 ghosts in that tree. Zola says sat beta chi by cab, and hearing that they are very scared. All 7 of them are trembling, and saying, "Oh, destruction has happened. Look, where a beetroot came from, and says it will chew all 7 of us. Tell me what to do now." They thought a lot and came to Zola with a pot. He came and raised his hand and said to him, "Lord, don't chew us up. I give you this pot, take this and leave us." 7 mixed up black pond-dwelling ghosts, their ears like bells, teeth like bells, eyes like bells. When he saw them coming in front of Zola and talking to each other, he was so startled that he did not think of running away from there. He said, "What shall I do with the pot?" The demons said, "Ajna, whatever you want to eat, you will find it in this pot." Zola said, "That's it. Well, I will eat pies." As soon as he spoke, the smell of delicious pies started coming out of the pot. Zola never ate such pies, neither did his mother, neither did his father. So Zola immediately came away happy with the pot, and the ghosts thought, "Father, I survived a lot." It was late in the afternoon, and Zola's house was far away. So Zola thought, "Now how can I go home in this sun? A friend's house is nearby, go there now. Then I will go home in the afternoon." He said he came to his friend's house. He was miserable, but mischievous. He saw Zola's pot and asked, "Where did you get the pot from?" Zola said, "Friend, this is not just a pot, it is heavy." The friend said, "So? Well, let's see how good you are." Zola said, "I can eat whatever you want from inside it." The friend said, "I will eat rubbery, sundesh, rasgala, sarvaja, malpua, pastua, kachagala, kshurmahan, gaja, madachur jilapai, amriti, kamcham, these." What Zola's friend is saying, Zola is bringing it with his hand in the pot. Seeing this, his friend thought that this thing cannot be stolen. Then Zola began to care how much. He brought a fan and fanned him, wiped his face with a towel, and said, "Oh brother, what trouble have you suffered? Sweat is flowing through the body. Will you sleep a little, brother? Shall I make bed?" Zola really fell asleep. So he said, "Well, put him to bed." Then his friend put him to bed and put him to sleep, changed his pot and put another pot of the same kind in its place. Zola doesn't know anything about it. She wakes up in the afternoon and comes home and says to her mother, "Look, mother, what a nice pot I have brought. What will you eat, Mom?" "Sandesh will eat? Eat on the back? Look, I'm doing all that from the inside. But this is no longer a pot, why will all those things come out of it?" In the middle Zola became a fool, his mother scolded him. Then Zola got very angry, and he thought, "This is the work of those ghosts." He did not think that his friend had cheated him. So the next day he again went to that banyan tree and said, "I'll eat 1, I'll eat 2, I will chew 7 betas." Hearing that, the ghosts came trembling and brought a goat and said, "Mr. Go, fall at your feet, take this goat. Don't catch us." Zola said, "What is the quality of the goat?" The ghost said, "Tickled him and he laughs, and with his mouth the empty seal falls." Amni Zola started tickling the goat. And the goat also started laughing with hee, and started to read empty seals. Seeing that, Zola's face stopped smiling. He thought about the goat that this thing should not be shown to a friend. That day his friend gave him a better bed and fanned the curds in both hands. Zola's sleep was the same. He did not wake up that day and before evening. In the meantime, his friend has stolen his goat and replaced it with another goat. After evening, Zola woke up early and came home with his friend's goat. He came and saw that his mother was very upset at his delay. Seeing that, he said, "You don't have to be angry anymore, mother. If you see the quality of my goat, you will dance." So he pointed his finger at the goat's armpit and said, "Kuda kuda 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 kudu." But the goat did not laugh at it, nor did the seal come out of its mouth. Zola tickled him again and said, "Kuda kuda 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 kudu." Then the goat got angry and blew its horn and punched him in the nose so badly that he fell down and screamed. And blood fell from his nose, about 3.5 feet. Then his mother scolded him so much that he never ate again. Zola was angry. What else can he say? He again went to the banyan tree and started shouting, "I'll eat one, I'll eat two, I will chew 7 betas. Boys, you have cheated me twice, you have bruised my nose with a goat, I am not leaving you today." The demons were greatly surprised and said, "What is it, sir, how did I evade you, and bruised your nose with a goat or something?" Zola pointed to his nose and said, "Don't look at this, what has he done to me by choking me? I will chew all your pieces." The ghost said, "He is never our goat. Did you go straight home from here?" Zola said, "No, I went to my friend's place first. I slept there for a while and then went home." The ghost said, "That's why. When you were sleeping, your friend stole your goat." After hearing this, Zola understood everything. He said, "That's right. He stole my pot. What will happen now?" The ghosts gave him a stick and said, "This stick will bring you pots and goats, too. Just take it to your friend once and say, 'Lottie lag.' Then you will see what fun it will be. Even if millions of people come running, they won't be able to with this stick, the stick will beat them all." Zola then put that stick under his friend's arm and said, "Friend, will you watch a joke?" Friend thought, "I don't know if it will be fun." Then when Zola said, "Lottie lacked," he saw such fun as he had never seen in his life. The stick beat him and skinned him from head to toe. He ran away, the stick followed him and brought him back with a beating. Then he cried and folded his hands and said, "Fall at his feet, brother, take your goat, and let me go." Zola said, "First bring the goat and the pot, but I will leave you." So what do friends do? As he was eating, he brought the pot and the goat. Zola took the pot in his hand and said, "Sandiashasuk ta." Without letting go of tickling the goat, he laughed ho ho, and 400 seals came out of his mouth. Then he went home with his stick, pot and goat. Zola is no longer poor, he has become a bigot. His house, his car, elephants, horses, food, clothing, movement, people are all like a king. The king of the country does him for whatever he wants, he does not do any heavy work without asking him. One day, a king of a country came with thousands of people and started looting that country. The king's sepoys have been killed and crippled, now he is not sure when he will loot the king's house and capture him. Rajamshai quickly called Zola and said, "Brother, what should I do now? I see that he will take it." Zola Lawler, "You have no fear. You sit quietly at home, I am fixing everything." So he took his staff under his arm and went out of the king's lion door and sat in silence. The foreign king is marching in that direction, the noise of his sepoys and elephants is deafening, and the sky is covered with dust. Zola just stares and says nothing. A foreign king riding an elephant like a mountain is coming before everyone, and thinking, he will spoil everything. And Zola stands silently and thinks, and comes a little closer. Then as they approached, Zola said to his stick, "Stick, stick. And where to go?" At that time, one stick turned into millions and fell on the necks of the king and his elephants and horses, and how he was beaten, only those who took the beating can tell. After being beaten, the king shouted and said, "No more, father, we have had a got, now leave it, we go to the country." Zola doesn't say anything, just watches and smiles a little. At the end the king said, I am returning all that I have stolen from you, I am giving my kingdom, father, leave it. Then Zola went and said to his king, Rajamshai, he is saying that he will give everything back, and he is saying that he will give you their kingdom also, and he is saying, father, give it up. What is the order now? At the words of Raja Mahashay, Zola stopped his stick. Then the foreign king came weeping and fell at Rajamshai's feet and asked for measure. Rajamshai pointed to Zola and said, and if you give this man half of your kingdom, and marry your daughter to him, then I will measure you. He wanted to give all his kingdoms, so he agreed to give half his kingdom and daughter to Zola. Then Zola became king of that half kingdom, and married the king's daughter. And what happened to the feast? If they can't finish that meal, you might as well eat it. Could have gone there once.